When the family gathered happily for a full family portrait, behind the photographer sat a young black boy they had just adopted. Without a word to her husband, the mom invited him to join the photo. Mike was stunned, almost unable to believe it. And yet, the next moment, he quietly moved to stand beside them. In that moment, Mike felt something he had never known before, a sense of belonging. For the first time, this towering boy felt what it meant to be part of a family. And from that day on, his fate would begin to shift. Though Mike was only 16, he stood over 6.5 feet tall and weighed more than 300 pounds. One of his feet was bigger than some girls' heads, but his mind was like that of a child. His understanding, his thoughts, they were stuck at age 6. He had been on his own for as long as he could remember. His father had died early. His mother, struggling with mental illness, couldn't take care of him, so Mike grew up bouncing between relatives' homes. He was passed around like a football, never staying anywhere for long. In just a few years, he'd transferred schools 11 times. He'd been placed in 7 or 8 foster homes, but no one ever truly saw him as family. That night, he overheard yet another fight between his foster parents about him, and just like every time before, he knew what that meant. It was time to go. He made his way to the gym and found a quiet corner to hide in. After the games, fans often left behind popcorn and soda. That became Mike's dinner. He helped clean up too, picking up the trash, trying not to be seen. At night, he went to the laundromat and washed his clothes using free tap water. He didn't even have soap. This was how he lived, day by day, alone, and maybe it would have stayed that way if the Tui family hadn't come along.
It's freezing. What's his name again?
Big Mike.
Mr. Tui rolled down the window and asked where Mike was going. He said he was headed to the gym, but Mrs. Tui knew something didn't add up. The gym was closed. It had been for hours. Mike had lied. The truth was, he had nowhere to go. She couldn't just drive off, so she invited him to get in. That night, Mike went home with them. When he stepped into their beautiful house, he could barely take it in. He had never seen a home like that, let alone lived in one, because everything happened so fast. They hadn't prepared a room for him, so Mike slept on the couch. Mrs. Tui told him if he needed anything, he could come upstairs, but after saying that, she paused. A flicker of doubt crossed her mind. Could he be dangerous? Would he steal something? But the next morning, her fears disappeared. Mike had folded the blanket neatly. The sofa was spotless. Nothing in the house had been touched. And in that quiet moment, she realized he was a good kid. That day was Thanksgiving. Mike had nowhere else to be, so they invited him to stay for dinner. The food was incredible, piled high, endless choices. Mike didn't know how to react. He quietly took a small serving of rice. Then, when no one was looking, grabbed a piece of bread, too scared to take more. He didn't want to be seen as greedy. The whole family brought their food into the living room to watch TV. Mike, unsure of what to do, sat alone at the dinner table. Seeing this, Mrs. Tui turned off the TV and gathered everyone back to the table. She wanted Mike to feel like part of the family. They held hands and said a prayer. Mike peeked his eyes open, barely believing it was real. Just the night before, he had been alone in the cold. Now, he was surrounded by warmth.